Muy buenas chicos. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be looking at what I consider to be the most important grammatical concept to learn if you're starting off in Spanish. And that is ANANGA. ANANGA stands for Article, Noun, Adjective, Number, Gender, Agreement. And the whole idea of ANANGA is that in Spanish, your adjectives, nouns, and articles need to all complement themselves in a sentence. But guys, before jumping into the video, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that noti bell. The channel is currently on track to hit 50 subscribers, and that will be your first major accomplishment on this channel, and every support will be highly appreciated. Now, let's get into the video. Alrighty guys, so the very first step is getting to understand how plurals work in Spanish. And trust me, it's super easy. All you need to have at the back of your mind is that for words that end in a vowel sound, you simply add an S. And for words that end in a consonant, you add an ES, okay? So we are going to take some examples. So you can see niño, libro, and mesa. These are words in their singular form. And what do? If you want to pluralize, we simply add an S. And so it becomes niños, libros, and mesas. Super easy. Okay, on the other hand, for words that end in a consonant sound, like árbol, flor, and estación, we simply add an ES to pluralize them, and they become árboles, flores, and estaciones. However, there is one exception, and that is for consonants or words that end in a Z, or Z, like Americans call it. And in this case, you do add the ES, but you change the Z to C. And so words like luz, nariz, and lápiz become luces with a C, narices and lápices. So it's super easy. Pluralizing in Spanish is a piece of cake. So the second step is getting accustomed to how genders work in Spanish. And Spanish, like French and many other languages, uses gender, where words can either be masculine or feminine. Actually, I think German has like 3 genders, if I'm not wrong, the neutral. So you can see it could actually be worse. Let's be grateful. Okay, so basically, as a general rule of thumb, words that end in O usually tend to be masculine, and words that end in A are feminine. However, there are obviously some exceptions, like photo, mano, for examples. These are words that end in O but are feminine. And on the other hand, we have words like dia, clima, programa. They all end in A, but in reality, they actually are masculine. So that's basically it to Spanish genders. Easy peasy. For the third step, this is where we begin to practice our definite and indefinite articles to get a good grasp of it, because quite frankly, this is where Spanish begins to get a little bit more complicated, okay? All right, so just like in English, we have our definite and indefinite articles. The boy, because we know which boy is being referred to, and that is a definite article, and a boy, because it could be any boy. The same grammar logic or grammar concept applies in Spanish. And so for definite articles, we have el. So, el niño, the boy. El always goes to masculine nouns. And if you want to make this plural, just like we did in section 2, the niño becomes niños and the el changes to los. And so we say los niños. And this basically captures how in Spanish, everything has to agree both in gender and number. I know it kind of sucks, but I mean, with time and practice, you will begin to get the hang and the flow of it, and it won't be as annoying as it is at the beginning. So just trust me and stick with the process. The force is with you. All right. So on the other hand, we have like feminine nouns, and for example, like niña, you have to say la niña, which is the girl, and if you want to pluralize it, it's las niñas, and it's super easy. All right. So now for indefinite articles, which is like a boy, a girl, in Spanish is basically un and una. So a girl would be una niña and the boy would be un niño. And if you want to pluralize it in the same way we did for definite articles, it becomes unos niños and unas niñas. Spanish is like a walk in the park. It's such a breeze, trust me. So now for the final and most important step, you need to learn where to place your adjectives and ultimately how to bring it all together to be able to make grammatically correct phrases or sentences in Spanish. Now, if casa means house and blanca means white, in Spanish, we don't actually say blanca casa. What we say is casa blanca, and that's house white. It's kind of like reversed. And before you get all whiny and sobby and crying on me, oh, Spanish is so difficult. Why does it have to be reversed? I don't know how many languages you probably speak, but if you analyze it in your native tongue, it probably uses the same grammatical concept. For example, I'm Nigerian and I speak Igbo, and in my language, we say nwokoma, wanyoma, which basically means good man or good woman. But literally, it is man good or woman good. If you're Yoruba, I think Yorubas actually say omodada, which is like good boy good. It does take some getting used to, but with time, you will begin to get the hang of it and it will begin to flow very naturally. In summation, taking into account everything we've looked at in this video, how would you say the white boy? The correct answer is el niño blanco. And how would you say the white boys? The answer is los niños blancos. On a final note, I will be dropping a very short quiz or exercise at the end of this video for you to practice. And I strongly recommend you guys practice continuously everything we did in this video, because mastery of ANANGA will get you one step closer to Spanish fluency and attaining your language learning goals. See you in the next video.